right? Record Soweto or Kickoff and Soccer Laduma?
Ha! Inzima leyo Record Soweto gave me.
You have to choose
the
one.
platform. I have to go with Kickoff. From the start, it was always the plan.
Yeah.
From the start.
Kickoff or Sunday Urban?
Kickoff.
Kickoff or You Magazine?
Ayenzima leyo.
Okay.
Ayenzima leyo. That's a fantastic team that works there at U Magazine. Such great people and such good workers. But my heart is here. Langi khona manje.
Yeah.
Kickoff.
It's Alumni Talk at 1 FM 93.6, and my guest is here finally live with me in the studio. His name is Siya Ndlela, a multimedia journalist, one of those journalism students, former journalism students who also managed to scoop the award, the journalism, let's say, Record Student of the Year award back in 2018, 2019 during his internship. So this is massive. It's not just something that you achieve just by sending 2 stories and thinking that what they're gonna give you this award. No, they won't give you an award for sending 2 stories. Let me tell you the truth, Siya. I can't welcome you now because I've already done that on over the phone. Let's talk about your career growing. From Record, you moved from Record to Sunday Urban. How did they spot you? Was it through a recommendation because of the work that you've been putting on at Record Soweto, or was it because they knew that this massive resume that is being built up right now is going somewhere?
No, in my case, it was intentional.
Yeah.
Mhlambe futhi lento into engayisho nakuma students.
Yeah.
Amamanye ukuthi into yokuqala ebalekile is to know what you want to do.
Yeah.
Have the plan. So mina bengizazi vele ukuthi I want to do football reporting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bona. So if you're going to do that, the best place to start is always Soweto.
Yeah.
So in my interviews, the interviews that we did with Caxton,
yeah,
to do our internships, I was very open and very transparent on what I wanted to do, and in that way, I was placed. So what Caxton does, they place you in different places across the country.
Yeah.
So I was placed at Soweto with Soweto Urban.
Yeah.
So mangifika ekhona, immediately I did my job. Obviously, I was a general reporter. I was doing everything, but I was still putting a lot of focus on
sports.
Yeah, ukuthi sports, ukuthi yonke into engifuna ukuyenza. Nabantu ebengisebenza nabo bangakutshela ukuthi usiya noma bezenza ezinye, but there was always an emphasis. I remember a conversation I had with another TET student who was an intern at Soweto Urban when I had become permanent. Yeah, and she had noticed ukuthi articles wami bengwabhala, I would always throw in a story about Orlando Pirates. Yeah. Bafana stories. I'm so young, but it's community journalism. Why are you writing those? And I'm the advice I gave her, I said you have to think about your next move. Yeah. And in the Waki portfolio. So even then, already I had the idea that at some point I'm going to end up where I am now. Yeah. So I try and create a portfolio. You curate your portfolio. Yeah. For the job that you want. Yeah. So advising in my students is that focus on portfolio yako, and try and create the portfolio that you want and make it look like the way that you want it to for your next job. Yeah.
And you got in as an intern and then you became a permanent. How long did it take you to receive that permanent employment at Sunday Urban?
So internship period was 6 months. Yeah. So after 6 months, they would then, because we're still students, we're third years. So after 6 months, you then get a chance to focus a bit more on our studies. But again, credit to the journalism department, because they see too, it was me and the Tumeleng. Yeah. And they were so impressed that they decided to keep us. And it was a weird situation over. at the time, Masfiga, the positions that we ended up doing did not exist. So sometimes the company is so impressed that they started creating positions specifically for us.
Yeah. And then the other journalist, Itumeleng, are you talking about Itumeleng Mudiba?
Yeah, Itumeleng Mudiba.
Oh, all right.
My guy.
Yeah, and then you moved from there. You moved to U Magazine. All right. How was the experience being at U Magazine?
U Magazine was different from anything I ended before.
Yeah.
But it was such a wonderful experience with a wonderful team. I always speak about being an all-rounder.
Yeah.
It's great to have a plan and it's great to have a focus. Challenge yourself also sometimes. Malveli too, but to try something that you've never tried before. And take that chance. So I was a bit skeptical about going to U Magazine. But Mangfiga Corner, it was such an incredible team. I was telling stories that I'd never thought I could be able to write. I was interviewing Hollywood stars.
Yeah.
We were having interviews with people that are acting on those Marvel movies and things like that. So it was a different experience.
Yeah. That very same year, I was at Media 24, you at U Magazine. Both you and I applied for the same job.
I remember that.
Given the same assignment. One of us did the assignment, one of us didn't. And the person who did the assignment, it's you. And you ended up getting that job at Kickoff and Soccer Laduma. And now you've built such a massive, following as well. We're talking 75K followers on Facebook, people following your content, the stories that you're sharing about different teams, including the likes of our national team, Bafana as well. We look at your TikTok with over 45K followers as well. And in all of this, we never get to see your picture. We never get to see a video of you. It's all about capturing moments. So walk me through, getting that opportunity at Kickoff and now building this massive following that you have.
Getting the opportunity at Kickoff, for me, it was always the goal.
Yeah.
Let me say it was always the goal. So for me, that felt like a dream move. So I was very happy to get that opportunity. And I remember those assessment before you get in are brutal.
Yeah.
They were brutal, but they really test you. Are you able? Are you up for it? But even Nomukala, on your first day you're shocked because you think they're going to slow walk you into it. No, there's no slow walking there. First day, you already have to be on top of your game. But it's been the greatest experience.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate to be at a place where I want to be, and I enjoy the work I do. Not many people can say that they love the work they do. So I consider myself to be doing something I like.
Yeah.
And then social media is a strange one. I was encouraged by a classmate actually from TT, Siya was the one who post WhatsApp the video shoot wherever I am. But he was the one who was encouraging me, which this could grow a brand.
Yeah,
boy, if you were to post them, create a TikTok account, but for me, the way that I view content, Space 6 it changes very quickly.
Yeah,
it's constantly changing very quickly, and you have to try and stay on top of that wave. So I just see it as another way to tell stories.
Yeah.
A lot of the videos I post, sometimes it's like a 10-second video, but it tells a story.
Yeah.
There's a video, if you go to my TikTok now, the first video you come across, it was in the Bafana camp, and it's Relebohile Mofukeng, and the story is basically about how warmly he's been embraced in the Bafana squad, and how much unity there is in that squad. You see that even Guma results.
Yeah.
So just a short clip like that, for me, tells the story. Ultimately, I view it as storytelling.
Yeah.
Different forms. There's writing, there's radio, and now there's TikTok. But for me, it's just you tell the story.
Like, how are you able to pick that moment? I mean, moments like that is not something that is easy. It's not like you are in an interview or in a press conference and they are talking and you are shooting a whole entire video. Like, how are you able to be in a situation where you're able to identify, I think something is about to happen right now. There's a video on your TikTok as well where I think it was a Soweto derby as well, and Sipo China was going to console Bruce Vuma as well. You know, those kind of clips, like how do you identify, you know, those moments? How do you pick or spot those moments when they're about to happen?
Enye into futhi le esayifundiswa la eTUT, practice. Ngokuhamba kwesikhathi you start feeling those moments. You start knowing mhlambe nala ku radio mhlambe it's the same thing. Mhlambe umuntu angakubuza into efanayo ukuthi how do you yabo umsebenzi enwenza la, to me it looks very difficult, but kunina ngubona ngazuthi ulula. So you start feeling those moments and just knowing ukuthi okay, in this particular situation something might happen.
Yeah. And does it give you some sort of like a pressure, like, you know what, my followers needs content now, they need this?
Akumele uzame ukubalekela lento enjalo. I think iyaba khona mhlawumbe ngiqala yabo when the first video goes viral, then mhlawumbe uyaqala ucabanga ukuthi okay ngayiphinda kanjani, but fortunately ngaphuma fast kulo mqondo lo. So now ngiyayenza nje, and again uma wenza into oyithandayo awuyicabanga kakhulu yabo. I'd be lying if I said I could shoot a video I know what it's going to go to 2 million views. Angazi nami, because I just felt like this is a beautiful moment engifisa ukuyisharisha nabanye abantu.
No, that's really amazing. It's exactly 17 minutes before the hour 7. It's Alumni Talk at FM 93.6. We are in conversation with a multimedia journalist. His name is Siya Ndlela. And right after the markets, we'll be hearing from Port. What do they have on the show tonight? And then we continue the conversation. It's exactly 15 minutes before the hour 7. It's Alumni Talk at FM 93.6. My name is Lalo V. Davis, in conversation with Siya Ndlela, a multimedia football journalist who has been, you know, doing a lot of amazing work. You see him in different stadiums, whether it's the Soweto Derby, it's the Tshwane Derby, it's Chiefs versus Orlando Pirates, or is it Sundowns versus Chiefs, or Sundowns versus Pirates, you name it. It's Bafana, he's there as well. He gets to travel a lot, you know, which makes me wonder, how do you manage all this? You know, like traveling, you know, so often. Next thing you are in Bombela, next thing you are in Polokwane, you need to, you need to cover all these stories. Like, how do you manage that? And how easy is it, or how difficult is it to come up with, you know, a story right at the spot as well?
Yo, kunzima, man. I think in this push out kakhulu uthando. When you do something you love, I suppose you have that extra effort to uyakwazi put in that extra effort to ukiyenza. But it definitely takes its toll on you, especially when you have situations where games are coming in thick and fast, where there's 3-4 games per week. So that becomes very difficult. But because of the passion that we have, no time and sometimes you catch yourself complaining, then you realize actually I can't complain, because I'm one of few people passionate.
You know, one of the toughest things, or maybe one of the most difficult things that I've, you know, faced, especially in the field of sports, was, you know, the match reports. You know, that time you start to draft, maybe it's around, you know, the game is like left with about 15 minutes for the end. Maybe a certain team is already leading 2-0, or it's 3-1 or something, and in your head you've already made up your mind, and you say, you know what, I think my match report is gonna go like this, because you know, there's an upset. TS Galaxy is beating Kaizer Chiefs 3-1, so this was gonna happen, or Chiefs is the one leading, and it was like, oh, okay, and then you're writing that, and right there in the last, maybe in added minutes, they equalize or even go on to win the game. How do you manage that? Because now they need that right after.
Tina, in the other places I'd worked, for example, Soweto Urban, but sinenhlanhla ukuthi la ngikhona manje at kickoff and at soccer Laduma, we have a team that does match reports specifically. So at least the log school ngoba inzima nje busho match report is difficult, because you have to watch the game and also write at the same time. So we're fortunate in that sense. There's a team that does match report it.
Yeah, you know, there's a question here that came through from WhatsApp. It says, at Alumni Talk, Lee, our alumni of honor for the night. Great show as always. Question, like you said earlier, you were introverted. How did you end up getting out of your shell? Any advice for other introverts? And the second question, it says, I am not a sports person, which is bad. As proud as a proud youth of Soweto. So I just got introduced to your content tonight through Alumni Talk. Do you do match reviews, pre-post match reviews for us non-sports people to catch up with?
How do you?
Yeah, how did you end up getting out of your shell? Any advice for other introverts?
You have to keep trying it. You have to. The best way to do it is to do it.
Yeah.
Put yourself on that spot. If you are fortunate enough, someday you might be a TET student, you might not be but if you're fortunate enough to be a TET student, I know that they would have put you in a position where you have to do it. So the advice is to take those chances. And yeah, practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
And then kule esibili.
Yeah, with Zaguti, do you perhaps have content that you can create to give match reviews, post match as well, for people who want to learn about the sports in South Africa, maybe the football itself?
It's a fantastic idea. It's a fantastic idea. Being ngifikele kodwa ke usunginike icebo. So yeah, it might be something interesting to explore. I think into ebalekile kule space sona, and maybe for any career also.
Yeah,
is to always be willing to learn izinto ezintsha. The way media space ingakhona manje. You look 10 years back, izinto ezikhona manje bezingekho back then.
Yeah.
So it changes so quickly, and the only way you stay on top of it is to be willing to learn, or you kind of run. So always be open to new ideas. Now when I think of the people that I look up to in the industry, the one common theme, or the one quality I notice, they have this willingness to fund izinto ezintsha ngaso sonke isikhathi.
Yeah. There's another one here. It says, evening, is Siya Ndlela Gift Mnguni, student journalist from TUT North Campus. My question to Siya is, I would like to know what is his approach when interviewing top athletes or coaches?
Umbuzo omuhle lo. Do your research. Do your research makwenzeka. Ubuke futhi even amanye ama interviews that particular coach has done. Ubuka amanye ama interviews that player has done. Ngoba lokho kuyakusiza ukuthi uyibone personality yabo ukuthi okay, they are this type of person, they are that type of person. Because abafani, I'd love to give you a straight answer of this is the right preparation. Abafani ba abantu nabo, they have different personalities, and sometimes we even talk about it amongst the journalists. There are coaches you can ask certain things. There are coaches that after I lost,
the behavior
is not on, so maybe not ask it today, ask it another time. But yeah, do your research. Nothing beats the preparation.
Yeah. And another question that I would like to ask, what is the state of journalism right now? Like, new journalists, are they doing the work? Like, have you ever had an experience where maybe a new journalist comes through or approaches and then you realize is the standard still the same from when you were a journalism student and graduating as well, or when I was,
ngizama ukuthola impendulo mhlambe engeke ibe unfair to the students that are coming up, ngoba nathi ngiyakhumbula ukuthi masiqala nathi people that were before us nabo bebesho the same thing ngathi ukuthi mhlambe the standard has dropped, yabona into kanjalo. So I'm trying to avoid something like that. I think it's different generations. Njengoba ngisho ukuthi izinto ebezenziwa 10 years ago ngeke zenzeke manje, you can't do them, and so it's very likely ukuthi lezi zinto ezizenza manje in 10 years time they're not going to be relevant. There will be a whole new skill set. So hopefully the next generation, I think now they deserve a fair chance. Njengoba nathi itholile to come in nabo benza umsebenzi wawo sibone ukuthi how high they can go. But there's definitely an opportunity to do something special in the industry.
Quickly, I want you to tell me a short story in a space of a minute or a minute 30 seconds, right? From first year to first job. So walk us through your journey in a space of a minute, 30 seconds, from first year to first job. Tell us a story about how we started and how you got your first job and how you excelled.
Oh, that's a tough one, but let me try and squeeze it in. The most important thing, my journey, first of all, our fun. Got away and hopefully now you can learn something. But in my space, the most important thing was having a plan, knowing what to achieve and and so once you have a plan, the question is, does it bring you closer or move you away from that? So from first year, my plan was knew I wanted to do football journalism. So
yeah,
and basically that's been it.
Yeah, you know, I'm about to test you right now on something, not something really difficult. So we're going to play something I call how well do you know your alma mater, right? Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
So the first question is, how many women's varsity football tournaments have TUT won?
And it's my university.
Yes, and it's football.
Is it like multiple choice? Do I not get like options? Or...
No. You need to give me an answer. Okay. Do you want me to give you?
Yeah, give me multiple choice
for this one question only, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So 4 options: 3, 7, 6, and 8.
It's called some Siya win. It's called some 7 trophies.
So you're going 7.
I'm sure it's 7 trophies.
All right, we're gonna get back to that. Which TUT sports star broke the SC under-20 record in 100-meter final at the AGN Championships with official time of 9 seconds and 99?
Starboy Setu. Walaza.
Okay, so the first one you didn't get it right. It's 6. So they've won it 6 times. The last one was 2019. And in recent years, it's the semi-finals. Last year, they lost in the finals.
We have a really good team, though.
Yeah, it's a really good team. They're starting to rebuild since the departures of Abo Hilda and the likes. Okay, now to this. We're playing this or that right now. So you're going to choose one of the 2 options I'm going to give you, and we're going to carry with the answer that you're going to have.
Okay.
Right. Record Soweto or Kickoff and Soccer Laduma?
Inzima leo. Record Soweto gave me.
You have to choose one.
The platform. I have to go with Kickoff. Yeah. From the start, it was always the plan.
Yeah.
From the start.
Kickoff or Sunday Urban?
Kickoff.
Kickoff or You Magazine?
Ayenzima leo. That's a fantastic team that works there at U Magazine. Such great people and such good workers. But my heart is here. Langi kona manje.
Yeah.
Kickoff.
Yeah.
So Kickoff.
Is there anything that thank you so much for surviving the test.